Hello everybody, Jordan here. The PH is silent. Let's talk about Dragonborn, the draconic race of humanoids that are hatched from eggs. Dragonborn vary in color, but all have dragon-like appearance, including scales and clawed hands and feet. They usually come with a breath weapon that is associated with the color of dragon they descended from. Standing over 6 feet tall, these large creatures reach adulthood around age 15, living up to about 80 years. They look a bit reptilian, but that's just their draconic ancestry and should not be confused for lizard folk. Dragonborn are warm-blooded with an internal body temperature warmer than humans. The origins of Dragonborn is hidden in myth and legend. There are some that believe the Dragonborn were humans that were altered by the energies of the spell plague. These people are wrong, but with Dragonborn arriving the same time as the spell plague, one can see where they draw that connection. The oldest legends talk about Io, the first and greatest of the dragon gods, creating the Dragonborn as servants. The Dragonborn were intended to serve the dragons of old. Another myth says that when Io fought the great primordial known as the King of Terror, the Dragonborn sprang from the blood that Io shed on the battlefield. Legend says that Dragonborn bodies are a balance of astral and elemental essences, weighted more heavily towards the elemental, much like a dragon. Whatever myth you wish to take to heart, the Dragonborn have been slaves to the dragons for a millennia. Their long enslavement has led to some anger and resentment towards their dragon masters. Many Dragonborn wish to create their own culture, history, and cities separate from the dragons. The vast majority of their race lived on the sister world of Abeir. It was during the spell plague that parts of Abeir were transplanted to Toril and the Dragonborn with it. There was a great city of Dragonborn in Abeir, but that city was destroyed in the transportation to Toril. Now Dragonborn have no empire to call their own and often join other cities to make a life for themselves. Born to fight, Dragonborn are a race of wandering mercenaries, soldiers, and adventurers. Honor is very important to Dragonborn. In fact, it might be the most important thing to them and their society. Breaking an oath is the height of dishonor, and one must always take responsibility for their actions. They hate failing and will work hard and strive always for excellence in whatever task they take on. This makes Dragonborn seem arrogant and proud, which isn't necessarily a wrong assumption. Most Dragonborn share a great pride for their race and their accomplishments throughout history. Dragonborn typically live in and form clans. They are intensely loyal to their clan, and in Abeir, these clans formed centralized cooperative states. They developed laws and religious institutions. On Abeir, they once possessed a massive empire named Arkhosia. Arkhosia fell to the dead empire of Baal Terath, which was controlled by Tieflings. The empire started with 7 city-states uniting under the leadership of a single dragon named the Golden One. Although not wanting to be servants, the protection the empire offered was beneficial for day-to-day life. Arkhosia prospered for hundreds of years until the Tiefling attack, which destroyed both empires. The two fought until there was nothing left, until neither side could fight any longer. Dragonborn have no wings or tails despite their draconic heritage. Dragonborn are also fiercely independent despite their clan nature and strong group dynamics. Clans and family bloodlines are known and preserved in Dragonborn culture even with the transition to Toril. Family is defined as one's actual blood relative, but a clan is a family of sorts unified by experiences and time. Your clan could be anyone who's adventured with you and deserves your honor, respect, and help. Despite the focus on bloodlines, family units are small, usually parents and a single child. Dragonborn wed to facilitate children, and wedlock ends when the offspring reaches the age of 3. Children are taught respect for their clan, families, and elders. This will last them a lifetime, and clan elders are the most highly respected Dragonborn in their society. Parents train children out of honor to themselves, their clan, and of course their child. Once reaching adulthood, Dragonborn are very likely to become adventurers. They seem most suited for it. They aim to be the best, which means becoming a powerful wizard or a prized weaponsmith. It also means becoming the bandit lord instead of a petty thief. Today in Faerun and other parts of Toril, Dragonborn serve dragons as the exception rather than the rule. There is some animosity between Dragonborn and dragons, but some remember the old ways in a positive light. Others detest the dragons, remembering years of servitude. Most Dragonborn remain free from the dragons in Toril, and those that do serve dragons are more barbaric than the civilized Dragonborn you'll find elsewhere. Dragonborn succeed in almost every profession. If a Dragonborn takes an arcane path, it is usually to ready them for war. I imagine the School of Evocation would best suit a Dragonborn wizard. Divine faiths are popular with Dragonborn too, especially the draconic deities such as Bahamut. Bahamut is probably the most popular deity among the Dragonborn people, with Tiamat's cult trying to steal away followers at all times. Dragonborn should not be confused with half-dragons or dragonkin. Half-dragons have tails and are the product of a polymorphed dragon that mates with a humanoid. Or half-dragons can arise from certain draconic rituals. Dragonkin was a monster in 3rd edition that were distant cousins of dragons. They had wings and tails standing 8 to 9 feet high. Dragonkin tribes exist in Faerun, but dragonkin are more wild, living in the wilderness away from society. And that's it for today. Dragonborn wizards or paladins, it all sounds so much fun. I'm trying to think of how a Dragonborn warlock would work. Perhaps making a bargain with a demon to unlock further draconic powers from within. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, consider becoming a patron on Patreon like these fine people. It really helps out the channel. Thanks for liking and subscribing, and I will see you all next week.